Hey guys, Lizardly here for day 11 of Christmas Ornaments. I'm having a really late start today. I've been working on laundry and getting everything posted because I didn't post the pictures on Facebook for days 10 and 9 because I'm a loser. Yay! There is the one I did yesterday for day 10. I don't remember if I said it in the narration or not, but the dark purple French knots, I twisted it around 3 times, and that's why they look bigger than all the others. I have to say, the back of that one actually looks kind of cool. Like, you can see the beginnings of a star. It looks really cool. I think the next ones I'm going to do are, if I can reach, this one with all the crazy patterns. And where's the kitty? And the kitty. So, yeah. I mean, hopefully I can get 3 done. But if I can only get 2, it will most likely be those ones, because they're the other ones on the same page as the frost flake. The snowflake! I didn't have frosted flakes for breakfast. I don't know why I tried to say frost flake. I don't even know what a frost flake is. So I couldn't talk last night, and I can't talk today. I'm posting up fell again. Okay. I'm gonna go stitch. Okay, so I just finished filming my outro, and I realized I didn't say how long the 2 patterns I did took me. I got distracted by my sister's cat, so you'll get to see him. This first one, which is just a bunch of crazy patterns, took me 2 hours. And the cat that I did next took me 1 hour and 35 minutes. So, you know, for anybody that's just interested in knowing how long they take me, there you go. Now you know. I wasn't called into work today, so, you know, I got to stitch for more than just, like, freaking half an hour. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about. Today was Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to anybody and everybody that celebrates it. And if you don't, I hope you had a good Thursday. I just ended up having Papa John's, which was super delicious, so I'm not going to complain. I mean, I would have, you know, loved to have had turkey and all the other, you know, crazy stuff people have with it, but there's no way I'm going to cook all of that for just myself. Especially since I won't cook all of that for anybody, because I can't. I would love to take a cooking class, but like there's only so well you can do at cooking. You can only be so good at cooking when you're completely self-taught, if you're not naturally gifted at it, which I am not. I mean, I'm not one of those weirdos that's like, yes, I burnt water, because you don't burn water. Water eventually evaporates. No, don't be dumb. So, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's never been my thing. And a big part of that is I'm one of those horrible people that likes, you know, incomplete food. Like, the dough for bread is like the most delicious thing ever. Cookie dough is incredibly delicious. Notice how I said that I actually liked bread dough more. Yes, I love bread dough. Dough bread. It always makes me think of sourdough. Sourdough bread. So yeah, you know, and usually that's not good for you. And then you end up getting less of the finished product, so that's not good. I'm so sleepy. Did I have something else to talk about? I don't know. Okay, so I guess that's it. What question was I on? So, 2. What is the origin of your YouTube channel name? Okay, so my name is Elizabeth, and back in, 1998? maybe even earlier than that. I don't remember. We were stationed in Germany, and, Yahoo had just recently made it big, and everybody was trying to, get their emails made because everyone was worried that, once so many of them were used, there wouldn't be any more, because now we have all these crazy things where, add 3 numbers and you're good. And that's just insane. What happened was my dad made an email for himself and my mom, which was a variation of our last name, and then dad, and then a variation of the last name, and mom. And I think it was, actually maybe it was the year 2000, because it includes 2000. I swear it was earlier than that, though. I don't know. Whatever. We'll assume 2000 because that was what their emails were. And my sister and brother both got names, or usernames that were their first name and their middle name at yahoo.com. When my dad tried to do mine, which was Elizabeth Lee or Lizzie Lee, they were taken. And he was like, how do you feel about Lizard Lee? Because it's not taken. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, I have an uncle who calls me Blizzard. So I was like, that's even further away from my name than Lizard is, because my nickname is actually in Lizard. I mean, heck, Liz is in my name. So it works. And I've been using it ever since. I obviously I could switch over probably to Lizzie Lee on certain ones, but I've had Lizard Lee my entire internet life, so I've stuck with it. It has a sentimental value for me. I like it, and I love my middle name. Like, I remember for years my grandma would tell me that I was mispronouncing my middle name because it's spelled L-E-A, but it's pronounced just like L-E-E. So she kept telling me it was Leah. And I was like, Grandma, no! Mommy and Daddy call me Lizzie Lee. Lee is my middle name! Like, that was what they called me for years growing up. And it didn't fit with her. I don't know. It did. She caught on eventually, but it wasn't clicking for her. But, I much prefer the pronunciation of Lee over Leah. I don't really like Leah, to be honest. I don't like the other spellings for it, which is L-E-I-G-H and L-E-A-H. I'm not big on it. And don't say I don't like H's, because there's an H in Elizabeth, so chill out. I don't like the way they sound, but I love Lee. You got Bruce Lee and all these other Lees that are really cool. And I mean, I've never met a single person that can't pronounce Lee. Like everybody can say Lee. That's very easy to say. And, I mean, although I do prefer the spelling L-E-A for myself, because I'm a girl, and, it's more feminine with the A, I guess. I don't know. If people were to spell it L-E-E, I wouldn't be offended. I would prefer that they pronounce it correctly over spelling it correctly, for what it's worth. Because anytime someone sees it and they say Leah, I'm like, no! That's not my middle name! No! It's Lee! So, yeah. It was from the email my dad made for me back when everybody was worried about, Y2K. Oh my gosh, I can't stop yawning. It was fun. I mean, I didn't actually start using my email until, probably 5 years later. Maybe more than that. Oh, it was good times. Okay, 3. Besides music, what else do you listen to? Podcasts, audiobooks, etc. Well, I mean, I haven't told you guys what music I like. My favorite kind of music is rock music. Like, my favorite band of all time is Marianas Trench. The current band I'm listening to on repeat is Walk the Moon. And my favorite artist of all time is Garth Brooks. So, you know, rock, and then country. Big reason why I like Garth Brooks is he has a gajillion songs, and there hasn't been a single one I've disliked. Every single Garth Brooks song, every single Garth Brooks song I have ever heard, I have liked. There we go. I mean, I grew up with bands like AC/DC, Def Leppard, Meatloaf, all the bands that my parents grew up listening to. And I still, to this day, I still absolutely love all those bands. I mean, I like more current bands, obviously. I really like Mariana's Trench and Walk the Moon, who are popular now. I mean, if you're about to say Meatloaf isn't popular anymore, I'm going to have to disagree with you. Like, younger people may not know who he is, but I love him, all right? Like, to the point that I was extremely upset when he died in Fight Club and when he died in Rocky Horror Picture Show. All right? Like, no. You don't kill off Meatloaf. Screw you. You find him a damn good song and you have him sing and then ride off into the distance and be happy. Okay, so what else do you listen to? I mean, as far as only listening goes, I have a few audiobooks I've been listening to. Podcasts, I don't listen to. Like, there are a few shows on YouTube that have podcasts, but you can also watch them on YouTube, and it includes the video, and I prefer those because, I like having visuals when I can get them, because visuals are great, yeah. Do you have any children? No, I do not. And as of right now, I have no plans of having children. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I want to have babies. I have been babysitting my entire life, and I love kids, but that doesn't mean I want to have one of my own. I might later in life, but right now, as a 23-year-old, there's no way I could raise one, and I don't want to have a child until I am fully prepared to raise one without having to use like a nanny and everything else. Like, I want to raise my kids if I have kids. Do you have any pets? Yes, I do, Contessa Pearl. Everyone on this channel should know my cat by now. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? Reading, watching TV like loser. On the extremely rare occasions that I have time, I love to draw. What else do I do? Although I love reading, I mean, I enjoy writing, but I don't like the way I write at all. Oh, okay. So on this pattern, the way that they had it for that bottom left part of it with the big red blocks and then the green in the center, for some reason, like they had a cutoff in between these patterns where they would have lines in between. And for where I am now, the cutoff between the red blocks and then those long green lines is really clear. Like they have lines that, separate the two of them. But then they have certain spots in between the green red blocks where they didn't do the green ones. Like right where I am right now, up to the right a little bit, there's 2 open stitches. The one on the right, I go back and fill in later. I didn't have to because the pattern didn't say to, but I mean, look at it. And you compare it to the other one, it looks incomplete. And then I also fill in a stitch to the left of where I just finished, and it doesn't call for one there either, but clearly there needs to be one there. Like, I don't understand why the pattern suddenly, I don't know, they didn't want them to mesh at all, which is weird because it looks incomplete like that. Because all the other ones touch, and it doesn't throw off the way those patterns work. So I don't know why it does down here. And then I would also like to point out, when I do go back and outline these different patterns. Well, actually, it's not an outline. It's kind of like a border in between them because it doesn't go around the edges of the stocking, just on the insides. It doesn't separate the two on top. There isn't a line in between them up there. And I added one in because I was like, why isn't there one there? Why are you separating all the other ones and not that one? It looked weird to me, so, I put one in there. What was I talking about? Reading. Yeah, like, I love reading. I can't write to save my life, so yeah. 6, what is your favorite movie? Clue is probably a movie I've seen the most times. I absolutely love that movie, no matter how many times I've seen it. And I would like to point out, I'm very proud of myself for this, and my mom is my proof, my alibi, I don't know. There are 3 separate endings to the movie, and I guessed every single one. For the first one, I was like, I think it's this person, and then it was. And then the second one, I was like, I think it's this person, and then it was. And then the third one, I was like, I don't know, everybody. I just hope it's not Mr. Green, because he's my favorite character. And guess who was right? Liz! Oh my gosh. It was hilarious. It still is hilarious. It's amazing. And the movie was made in like the 80s, I think. So it's older than me, but I still think it's amazing in 2015. All right. So that's like my favorite comedy. My favorite movie, just like ever, is probably Howl's Moving Castle, which is Japanese animation. I think I actually just talked about both of these movies in my last video, where I was like, I want to make cross stitches out of these. But it's actually based on a book by oh gosh, was she French? I read the book and I really liked the book, and I definitely saw where Hayao Miyazaki was inspired by it, but it was a bit different. There were some changes that I was like, oh yes, I prefer this, and there were some where I was like, I wish they hadn't changed that. But oh, it's the most visually beautiful movie I have ever seen. Oh, this French knot at the very bottom left that I did, which is gone now because I finished it, wasn't on the original pattern, and I just like, it looked kind of weird because all the other completed wavy lines like that had one under them. So I was like, I'm gonna put one there. So that's what I did. I changed patterns, or I changed that pattern because that's how I roll. 7, what is your favorite TV show? That's going to be Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And then my second favorite is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then my third favorite is Yu Yu Hakusho. And then my fourth favorite is probably Angel. I really liked Angel. And then from there, it's going to get harder. Like, Firefly's awesome. Supernatural's awesome. Although I have to admit, I haven't been watching the latest season. I don't know. I love the show, but it's just like it doesn't really feel like the same show that I first started watching, I don't know how many of you guys watch Supernatural, but I will say this. When I first started watching, my favorite character was Dean, and then Castiel showed up, and he was my new favorite. And I didn't like Sam. But then when I started rewatching it, and, I knew everything that was going to happen, I was like, oh my God, Sam is my favorite character. And he still is. I don't like Dean nearly as much as I did before. I mean, I still like him, don't get me wrong, but Sam is my favorite, and then Castiel, and then Dean. Like, all the crap that has happened to Sam, and oh my God, and I feel for him. I mean, I really like Dean, and I like that, he obviously cares about his brother, but yeah. I remember, I don't know if it was on Tumblr or maybe it was probably on Facebook, because it was honestly, it was probably the Tumblr page that I liked on my Facebook. But a lot of people didn't like Sam, and I was just like, that it's so unfair, and it really bothered me. So then I stopped like following the fandom for Supernatural, because it bugged me. Like, I totally get when people say they love Satan, because the guy who plays Satan is an amazing actor. And then, or Lucifer, whatever you want to call him. He's the devil, the fallen angel. My favorite bad guy, though, is the King of Hell. He is spectacular. That actor has been in freaking everything. He was in Firefly. He's spectacular. I love him. I don't know the actor's name. I cannot think of it. I don't know. I'm horrible with names anyways, so whatever. 8. What is your favorite book? Okay, so I'm always talking about Pendragon, and obviously, you guys probably know by now that that's my favorite. Um, there's actually another series that I really, really liked, and it was Switchers. It has 3 books in the series. The first one is obviously the best, but these characters can change into animals. It's kind of reminiscent of what was it, Animorphs? Is that what those books were called? I never read those, but until they reach a certain age, and when they reach this, I think it was like 16, maybe it was 18. Whatever shape they are in on their birthday, they can't change out of. They're stuck like that. So if someone changes into a rat and then they turn 18, they're going to be a rat the rest of their lives. And so most people prefer to be humans in that case, but oh, it was spectacular. I mean, I read that first book so many times. And then when I learned there was a sequel, I just lost it. And then I learned there was a third one. And oh my gosh, I just love that trilogy. It is so good. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's another one that's like Pendragon and Percy, where, it was written mostly for like middle schoolers or whatever, but doesn't make it any less good. 9, what is your favorite music? Oh, oops, I guess I already, my bad. So, like my favorite song? Ooh, I really like Work This Body by Walk the Moon. The Phoenix by, oh my gosh, Fall Out Boy? Is that who sings it? I can't think of it right now. What is wrong with me? Yeah, Fall Out Boy. I also really like Sidekick and Avalanche by Walk the Moon. My favorite song of all time, even though I haven't been listening to it on repeat like I have these 4 I just listed, is Beside You by Marianas Trench. And it sounds nothing like any of their other songs, but I absolutely love it. I definitely recommend you go listen to it. It's such a good song. Oh my goodness. And it has a good message, I mean, the title is Beside You. Come on now. I don't know how many of you guys have seen the Goofy movie, but the song Stand Out and Eye to Eye by Tevin Campbell. Oh my gosh, I love those songs. Anytime they come on, I rock out. I love those songs. Oh my god, they're so good. Anytime I watch that movie, like I watch them mostly for those 2 songs, all right? Like the movie's good, but those songs are what makes it a great movie. What one word best describes you? Oh gosh. Ooh, that's hard. Wow. Ooh. Probably smiley, because I'm always smiling. I mean, when I went into work yesterday, it was like 2 hours in, I was getting really, really hungry because it was 1 p.m. and I hadn't had lunch yet, and I usually eat lunch around noon. But I had a customer walk up and I was smiling and talking to her and she's like, "You seem so happy, like, what's going on today?" And I was like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just happy." And she's like, "Oh, well, I hope you stay that way. Keep smiling." So even when I'm like super hungry, I'm still smiling a lot. So, I mean, even if I'm not in a good mood, I smile a lot. So I think smiley actually, better represents me than the word happy. Generally, I am happy, but I probably smile even more than I am happy because I smile even when I'm not happy. So, describe your stitchy spot. Okay, so I just did that in a video not too long ago, but describe it. So I got a desk that's against the wall, and my stand is between the desk and the wall, and I put the cross stitch there, and then I put the webcam under my nose and I stitch. Describe the view from your stitchy spot. Well, there's a laptop in front of me, a desk right, like right under me and in front of me, and my bed to the right. Yeah! What is your perfect stitchy day? A day when I start early, the sun stays up for like many, many hours, and then I get a lot of work done, and then I get to bed in a normal hour. That is the perfect stitchy day. Do you stitch for Christmas, winter, and if so, have you started yet? You know, man, with a video titled Christmas Ornaments, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't think I'm prepared to answer this question. I have to, I have to go think about this one, you guys. Oh, that's great. Okay. Do you like to read? And if so, what are you reading at the moment? I love to read, but at the moment I'm not reading anything, so poo. Lastly, share 3 random facts about yourself. Let's see, what haven't I shared with anybody before? Or at least in my videos before. Random facts. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like different things that I haven't talked or told anybody about myself on my YouTube channel. And it has to be random. So that like my eyes are blue, that's not random. You can already see that my eyes are blue when you look at me. And then I just recently did a video on the fact that my hair is already over 3 feet long, so and obviously know I like to stitch, so that's not random. That's completely relevant to my channel. That's not random. I worked as a telephone operator one summer. That was an experience. The phrase, the voices in my head are insane, definitely has relevance to me. My sister was born in Germany and graduated in the US. I was born in Germany and graduated high school in Japan. And my brother was born in the US and he's going to be graduating high school in Europe, in Germany. So that's interesting. That's random about me. I was born in one continent. I'm the nationality of another one. And then I graduated high school in yet another continent. Oh, okay. And another one. I have been to every continent except for Antarctica and South America. That's right. Lizzie's been to Africa. So far, my favorite is going to have to be Europe. I love Europe so much. And then Australia, and then Asia, and then the US. Yeah. I love, North America. The only country I've been to in North America is the US, so, I have to generalize it to that. In Asia, I've been to Japan and China. And I've had McDonald's in all those places except for Africa. We didn't have time. And it was the best in Japan. I think I've actually said this. Or I've just told a lot of people that, so I start making memories up of me saying that to people. Yeah. I love crepes, and I especially love Japanese crepes. Oh, this right here. I talk about this in the end. That was where they originally had it, and it's supposed to be a paw print, and it just looks really creepy and deformed and insane. So as you can see, I'm doing my best to take the French knot out. I eventually moved the webcam right there, and I managed to get it out that way, and I put it in a spot that I think looks much better for a paw print. So look at that. It looks so much more realistic. Oh, I love it. Originally, the pattern they had these in black, so like ink, but it looked horrible, so no. Brown! Yay! Look at that. They're black. That's horrible. And that's the end of Christmas Ornaments Day 11. So I finished the one with all the crazy patterns. And the kitty. Oh, the kitty. So, in case I don't have enough time to talk about it in my narration, because I have to do it 8 times the speed I normally would, these brown paw prints around the cat, on theirs, they're done in black. And I get it, yeah, like black ink. But I think it looks horrible. I think it looks horrible. And it doesn't help that whoever did this really sucks at doing French knots. Like, they look like shit. I'm sorry. They look like how I used to do French knots before I knew how to do French knots, okay? And then, like, I don't know if they think this cat has, like, deformed paws, because some of them, like, there's two here, and then there's, like, a random one that, like, looks like it broke off or something. Like, especially this bottom one. Like, I originally was following the pattern, and then I looked at it, and I was like, what? Like, that, it looks broken. Okay, it won't focus. Whatever. Like, it looks bad. So that's why I was working on taking it out, so I could put it in a better spot so it actually looks like a paw print. But, yeah, I changed it to the brown that was used on his stripes and his outlining, just because I think it looks better coloring-wise. I actually was tempted to change the black of his eyes, nose, and mouth to that dark brown, but, I don't want to change everything. But yeah, the black looks horrible. I mean, to the point that, unless I'm remembering wrong, the first time I did this, I thought they were supposed to be, like, cherries or something, or, like, mistletoe, and I think I changed it so that the X's were red, and then the French knots were green or something. I know I didn't use black, because I thought it looked horrible, and looking at their picture, like, they don't look like paw prints, so I didn't think they were paw prints. Only reason I figured it out this time is because one of the Cats for Christmas that I did last year clearly had paw prints. And they looked like this, but they were colored, like, good. They weren't black. Like, they didn't look good. And then the French knots at the top over Kitten Mitten were orange, and I didn't really like that, so I changed that to the tannish color as well. Yeah, like, looking at it just, having the bright colors on his hat, on Kid Mitten, and then on the knots on the top just looks like too much. Like, when you have, like, only, like, one really bright color, you don't want to overuse it, because then it loses its, it's not potential, but, like, its eye-catching factor, like, the focal point. That's the word I wanted. Learn that in my art classes. It's the part of a part of an image that, like, draws your focus. It's the focal point, the focus. Like, for the snowflake, for me at least, it's the big purple snowflake. For the cat, it's Kitten Mitten and his hat. For this one, gosh, I don't know. There's too much going on that one. My eyes are just like, what, like, what? And obviously a pattern like this, there isn't really a focal point because it's a repeated sequence, but, like, your eyes are drawn to what really stands out. Like on this one, it's the bird. Like, the bird in his entirety, yeah, but it's not the entire image that draws your eyes. And then the wreath, for me, it's actually the bow. Or maybe just, like, actually the green wreath itself, excluding the ribbon. Now that I'm thinking about it, I keep going back and forth between the two, so I'm not sure. But usually it's, like, the first thing you notice. That's the focal point of an image, because it's what draws your eyes the most. And it's kind of like on this one. If you have a ton going on, the viewer has a hard time focusing in one spot and then, spreading out to see the whole image. Because me, I just keep going back and forth. It's crazy. I think the only thing my eye doesn't get drawn to is the green, because it's not as bright as the reds and the yellows. And that's not to say I don't like the green. I just, focal point. It does not it. tomorrow is Black Friday. I don't really have any plans of going out to buy anything, but I do work like late afternoon into the night. And then have they updated the schedule since I last checked? I don't know, but I can check. 'Cause okay, so I work tomorrow, and I have Saturday and Sunday off, and then I work on Monday, which is no. And then I work on December 3rd, which is a Thursday, and December 5th, which is a Saturday. So I'll have some days off. It'll be nice. As of right now, they haven't given me all of my hours that I did yesterday for like the hour and 45 minutes extra that I did. They'd better pay me for those because I was asked to stay by a manager. Like, Milo, no. Milo! There you go. Okay, you're good. Do you want to come over here? Say hi to the people of YouTube? Huh? Come here. Everybody can see how fat you are. Come here. Or, I can show you by... Look at that. Look at how big he is compared to her. Milo! Come here. Tessa is not happy. Oh. Look at you. You're huge. And you are so itty bitty, Pearl. You're so tiny. You are so fat, Milo. You're so fat. Hi, baby. You want to let Milo help me sign off today? Is that okay by you? Because he has to have your permission because you're the king. Huh? Does he have your permission? Yeah? Okay. Come on, you fat cat. Whoa, look at how big he is. He's huge. He's like 23 pounds, I think. He's the biggest domesticated cat I've ever seen. Oh, actually, no, that's a lie. I did see a really, really big cat once on TV, but that cat was actually obese, and Milo is at a healthy weight. Like, this is a good size for him. He's not overweight. Hi, buddy. If you start chewing on my hair, okay. Are you comfortable sitting in laps? I know Tessa is. I don't know if you are. Huh? Or are you going to get on my desk? Yeah? You cool, bro? This is my sister's cat, Milo. He is not mine. Tessa is mine. No, you can't leave. I brought you over here because you have to help me sign off. If you're scared, Tessa, that she doesn't want to come over here, you have to help me sign off. Oh my god, you're so big. Oh, yeah. And he's so strong. Okay. All right, Milo. Say like, subscribe, share, and comment. All that jazz, or whatever the heck Lizzie says. Although I have to say his voice is more like subscribe, share, and comment. All that jazz. And we'll see you in the next video.